So this was the first time I've used this new camera, and my old camera, as cheap as it was, the internal microphone was usable. You know, you've seen the other videos. Obviously, it worked. The internal microphone on this one is crap, pure crap. But it does come with an external microphone as part of the kit, and I didn't realize that it's pretty much something you have to use in order for you to be able to hear what I'm saying. So I apologize for the first part of the video, or any parts of the video where I did not have the external microphone in use. Hopefully the auto-generated captions will suffice and you'll kind of understand. Listen close, and hopefully you get through it. I apologize. I know this now, and we'll always be using this little bugger from here on out. But while I'm riding in the video, I do have the external mic in use, so you will be able to hear my useless input. So there you go.
Hey everybody, I'm here at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park in Taylorsville, North Carolina, and I just did about, it's probably close to 75-80 miles of two-lane asphalt byways from Charlotte area up here. On my Tusk Dsport tires for the first time, real test on them. So far on the asphalt, they're a little wobbly compared to a more street tire. This is to be expected, but really I had plenty of confidence in the 50 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour twisties and down. Basically I ride about 5 over the limit, so I'm not burning it up the canyons by any means, but at 5 over the limit in all the asphalt twisties, they felt pretty comfortable. I didn't have any hesitation whatsoever. So now the road in here is a couple miles of gravel, and it was still sketchy. It was gravel, a lot better than the factory tires, of course. Just more confidence because I knew they would bite eventually, but they skittered around a little bit. No big deal. So I've got my campsite for the night. What I'm going to do is unload the bike, and you can see I've already started taking everything down off the bike, and I've got my campsite set up. And what I'll do is take all the luggage and everything off of the bike. I don't want to get broken. I don't, maybe I'll try some single track. I'll start off doing some double track, some really easy stuff, and just work my way up. I mean, this bike is heavy, so we'll see how it does. If you hear everything in the background, it sounds like 2-strokes, and that's because that's primarily what rides here. Some side by side, so I'm gonna start off on like the side by side trails, and go from there. Turn this around. Okay, so I've got my tent set up. Look at this poor thing. I've had this tent all over the place, and all over the world. And look at it. I'm so sad now. I need a new tent because luckily this weekend it's not going to rain. But if it were to rain, I would get wet because that's just a screen behind there. If you can see. Got to buy a new tent now. Man, this is like an old friend. Anyway. So, got the camp set up. I'm not going to build a raging fire, so I'm not worried about it being too close to the tent. It'll be just enough to practice building a fire. It's going to be warm tonight, probably 50 degrees. So, I took the luggage off of the KLR Bertha here. And you notice I also took off the fog lights. I have seen some of you guys on your vlogs dumping this thing off-road and breaking those fog lights, and with the supply chain issues we have these days, I don't want to take that chance. So there it is, without the luggage. Just gonna let this flop. It's not gonna hurt anything. It sticks out. It's pretty. It's gonna stay where it is. So, aired down the tires. Got like 18 in the front, 20 in the rear. And, we'll see where that goes. But I'm gonna try. See some guys going up this path here. That's 2C supposedly. It's supposed to be like a wide, almost like a Jeep trail. So I'll try that first before I actually get on any sort of single track with this thing. From there, isn't she sexy? She is. He's big and heavy, but what are you gonna do? Fat girls need lift too. But man, it's gorgeous. I need to quit just staring at the trees and get on this bike and ride. Okay, so here's the trail map for Brushy Mountain. Oh, look at there. See you. Caterpillar action. Okay. So main office. And then didn't really have the access road. But we're trying to get to 2C. Okay, this is where I am. And I'm camping right in this little area here. And then right up here starts 2C. He says like a 27-mile loop. And it comes back down here. Doesn't look like 27 miles, but we'll see. And then the next one is the youth trail, which comes up right here behind the office. It does this little squiggly. It's 3 miles. Back by the office, and there's a motocross track there. Then he talks about 1C is the next one. You come up here from the office area, 1C, and then it'll spit you back out, or you can take a right here and continue 1C, and it's blue. And then it kicks back over here, and it keeps sprout coming off of 2C. Back to 2C. So you can really see how you could piece together a long loop out here. Of course, getting more and more difficult as you go. Anyway, it's Brushy Mountain. Let's see what happens.
Alright, let me see. I'm never 100% sure if I'm recording or not. Yes, I'm recording. Okay. And this bracket scares me a little. Okay, let's see what happens. Hope the microphone's working. See if I notice any big deal or difference in how light it is with all the stuff off. So I think everybody's going up this way. That's 9C, that's like double black. Spinny spin spin.
sure what's to see and what's not. What was that? Oh yeah, I turned the preload on the shock all the way up as well. I usually ride on 4, put it on 5. All about choosing the line. With these false summits, you can't really see necessarily how deep the puddle is going to be at the top, but you can guarantee there's going to be one. Aim for the high side, I guess. Called up here yesterday, asked about trail conditions, and they said dry with puddles. So yeah, he's right. Oh. Haha. Whoa, shit. Yeah! Wrong line there. Try to back it. Down a bit. I can pick another line up the right-hand side here. Here's somebody coming. You can go ahead. Yeah, just trying to pick a different line. See, that's where I wanted to go. I didn't make it happen in time. The key for me at this point is to do my best not to dump it. Mainly because I'm by myself. And
partially just because I don't want to dump it. And that's that. Jeez. These puddles are like a minefield, man. Just waiting for you, lying in wait to make you dump your bike, lose momentum, and then dump your bike. Hungry. I should have taken care of that before I endeavored to take this trip on this particular road. Oh, look at this, huh? Hey guys, don't mind me, just checking the overlook. Say again? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do here. It's gorgeous up here. Huh?
Are you videoing while you're riding?
Yeah. Yeah. So I can have everybody laugh at me when I fall over. Y'all have a good day. Steep incline here. See some ruts. Big hole. I'm feeling much more confident on these tires. Usually even the slightest little bit of mud like around the edges of those holes on the stock tires, that would have been puckering. Could have given the old pucker factor. Oh boy. Alright, which way is which? Easy way. That's where we're going. Let's see if I can use this. Didn't like taking off on the steep stuff. It's a little trick. Stay in that friction zone. I'm still learning about that. And once I learn a trail, you know, how much room I have to actually get some speed, I'll probably speed up. Right now I'm not trying to get too crazy. Just a test ride for me, the bike, the tires, the camera. Man, this is steep. And steeper. Yeah, definitely wouldn't want to try this in second gear at all. Just
It's the Achilles heel of the KLR, at least the Gen 3. I rode a Gen 1 back when it was new, so I don't really recall anything specific, but the Achilles heel on this particular bike, oh yeah, that was way better than before, is the transmission. And not necessarily, oh shit, not necessarily the lack of a sixth gear, but possibly. The main thing is the spread between first and second. I think first is good. Some people say it's too low. I think it's good. Ah, shit. Ah, that was just a oh shit moment on my part. And oh yeah, good, good. I know the camera flattens things out, so that probably didn't look like much, but it was much to me. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the spacing between first and second is sometimes, I mean, it's put me in such a bind that I feel like I'm going to drop the bike. See, there's one C, it goes off that way, single track. I'm not there yet. I'm sure these are jumps for the little dirt bikes. Kicked in the butt by the seat. So yeah, you're wound out in first, you need second, but you get into second and you're like just riding the crap out of the clutch to keep the engine from stalling, and you lose momentum. And when we all know when you're off-road and you lose momentum, that's when you dump your bike. Same thing on mountain bikes. So one thing, if you haven't ridden off-road, everybody says when in doubt, throttle out, and that's true to a point. I mean, don't fucking peg it. Oops, sorry for the F word, but hey, they make good commas. Don't peg it necessarily, but if you start feeling a little squishy, then roll into some throttle. Lack of speed has probably caused me more crashes than too much speed, more times than I can count. Oh man, I bet you on a freaking YZ250 this would be so much fun. You just blaze, because this is a one-way trail. All the trails out here are one way, so you can take the corners tight, you know, hit the apexes, whatever, and not worry about a head-on collision. Something you can't do just out on random forest roads and trails. And oh, a little slippy slidey off camber. So I'm seeing stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, I want to hit that on my mountain bike. I'm not hitting it on this. Not yet, anyway. You know, maybe one of these days I'll be damn pro. Yeah. Alright, what's over this? Alright, here, let's see. All about the line. Yeah, I can't do that yet. I'm gonna keep saying yet. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that, but I'm gonna keep saying yet because it makes me feel better.
in some rocks. Always remember to look uphill before you get back onto a trail. Or behind you. In this case, it happened to be uphill. Don't want to pull out in front of somebody. Hijo de puta. Sometimes you gotta get right up to the precipice before you can see which line was supposed to be the right line. Trying to replay all my mountain bike riding techniques in my head, because it's easy to lose focus and just start staring right in front of your tire. Ah, shit. I don't want to get in front of those guys. Put neutral, get my hand to rest. Woo! Yeah. So, this is the easy way. So I was saying the mountain bike skills. You know, you want to look as far ahead on the trail as you can. Yeah, you glance at what's right in front of you, but you should have already seen it when it was way out in front of you. And your eyes just go out and back and out and back. But you never want to get fixated on what's on right in front of you. It tends to be when you dump it. On the back brake, you want the front tire to be able to roll. So you don't want to lock it up and have it turn sideways on you. Alright, what the hell? That's 1B, okay. I'm making sure. Check my mirrors. Yeah, nobody coming. So, picking the line, picking the line. Sandy. Drop. Managing your momentum downhill can be a lot trickier, for sure. Try not to skid. And then one thing I'm noticing, especially in these adventure boots, because like I said, you can't really feel as well what you're doing, is that since I lowered the foot pegs, the brake pedal's still a little high. I lowered it as much as I could without keeping the brake light on, with the brake light fully adjusted out. Brake light switch. And still a little high. I'm having a hard time not putting too much pressure on it, and my foot's not even on the foot peg technically. Let it roll, let it roll. There we go. second gear action here. Flattened out. And it's back down to Crazy Town. And Low Bridge. All my food at my tent. All I have in my backpack is water and mustard packets. Mustard is wonderful at relieving cramps. Found that out mountain biking, and it works, man. Get a snack and do that again. All right, so did one lap of 2C, ate a really good club sandwich at the food truck they have. They only take cash, know that. It is hot. It is 80 degrees out here, and it's hot. So I'm going to try 2C again. And see if I do any better. My hand-eye coordination today is not stellar. I don't know where that goes. That looks fun. Ah, shit. Lost my line. There we go.
one spot where I got on the wrong line to the left, and I don't want to do that again. Let's see if I can clean that section without stopping this time. The guy runs this place, stopped for lunch. He's like, "So, how you doing on that thing out there?" Or, "How's that bike out there?" Or something like that. And I was like, "She's heavy and has a mind of her own." Be the section. That was pretty gnarly. Is that like a word from the 80s? Is that like, well, this is Gen X Adventure, so I can use gnarly and rad and all that stoked and all that other crap. All those other ingenious words. Yeah, this is a shoulder workout. I can feel it already on lap 2. Here's that overlook. Yeah. That rock garden kind of played on that shoulder a bit. Whew, yeah, that hurts. Man, it's beautiful. So far, I cannot complain about the Tusk Dsports. Look at that, would you please? Man, that's gorgeous. That's just fantastic. Look at that sexy bitch. Whew. That's a wrestling match, boys and girls. Yep. Taking some pics.
All right. Make sure all my pockets are zipped up because I'm bouncing around like Peter Cottontail out there. I don't want to lose anything. All right. Here we go again. Up that steep ass hill. I go again. All right. Hole again. Hey, it got me last time too. It's just steep, deep mud hole. Rocky, slippery rocky section. There we go. Whew! I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Yeah. She trying to go left, I make her go right. Yeah. I took that line wrong, but hell, made it work. Ah, shit. Yeah. I stopped for that one last time. This time I just bit the bullet. Definitely gotta put your weight back because it tries to kick you forward. Really sandy. Tires frickin' took it, man. These Tusk Dsports, man. Mud, gravel. I mean, gravel's gravel, but they're better than the other tires that I had on here. The stock ones, by far. And it's mud, sand, and dirt, and rock. Yeah. I'm definitely not outperforming the tire. I mean, if you're out here doing motocross riding, maybe you can do that, but on this big,
dual sport / adventure bike. I cannot complain. Got the whoops. Bouncing around so much, the mesh pants are wearing hot spots on my knees. There's Sedici, I think of the Mario mesh. Me sweating for the first time really on a ride this year, and or on a ride ever, because I just got the bike a couple months ago, 3 months ago. So the first time I'm really sweating, riding without the liners in them, and I feel the mesh just like scuffing my knees. Alright, here we go, here we go. Easy on the rear brake. Ah, jeez. Roll it. Yeah. That was a bit of a drop off over that rock. Didn't really want to do that, but by the time I saw it, there's no way to get around it safely. So when that happens, just let off the brakes and let it roll. Same thing on a mountain bike. So I'm pretty confident that riding up here, even on this, you know, quad trail, side-by-side trail, definitely gonna improve my skills in handling a heavy bike off-road on, you know, a normal, you know, adventure group ride. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to go down that. I had to change course. Oh, that's the ABS. I'm like, what is that noise? It's happened to me like 3 times today. That's the damn ABS. I was wondering. I was like, did I adjust the chain too loose? What the hell? Coming down real steep here. That's why I was kicking the ABS. And again. Alright, that was the first for me. You know, it didn't really feel like it did anything negative to the handling. I know a lot of people say they don't want it off-road, but yeah, I don't feel like that was bad at all. Alright, let's see. I think I picked the wrong line. I should have gone high. There we go. You gotta love when sand, yep, does fine, man. Mud does fine. Woo! I don't even know what I was saying. Shit. I only bought the 1-day pass. I didn't know if I was going to want to ride 2 days, but I can tell you right now, 1 day with this, I mean, maybe I get more used to it and develop the muscles that are specific to this activity a little more. I could ride 2 days, but I don't even think I can ride too much more today. I mean, granted, I rode all the way up here 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't pay for the 2-day pass. I can tell you right now, my hands and wrists and shoulders are, I'm just going to roll that, fuck it. Here's that comma. The F comma. Alright, now I can... Whew. That was a long downhill. And here's some more. And the low bridge. That's why I don't put a helmet or a camera on top of a helmet. I know for certain I'd be losing cameras. Wonder if there's any bad rocky sections on that youth trail. Yeah. Yeah, this thing is fuel efficient. Look at that gas gauge, man. I've got, I don't know, 3 rides, like around 2 rides around town, then the ride all the way up here, and so far I put what, almost 69.2 miles on today. I'll probably put another 50 on around town before that. Alright. Whew. My knees are rubbed raw from these pants. Not something I was expecting or anticipating at all. I'm sweaty and sore from 2 laps. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right. Oops, I didn't take my water pack off first. Turn that off. Goodbye. Hopefully that doesn't sound horrible on the speakers, me touching the mic. Yeah, most people are already leaving. They got worn out. I'm sure they did more than I did, but even on their little bikes. So, yeah, that's 2 laps of Trail 2C here at where am I? Brushy Mountain. So I'm gonna take a break, and I decided to do that other trail. I'll put that in the video as well. We'll see. I gotta check my knees. I think I'm bleeding. Later, Gators. All right. So got a little Gatorade, a little shade, and try the family trail. To be honest, it's got a pretty steep hill at the very beginning, right in front of everybody. I'm like, I don't want to look like an idiot right in front of everybody on this big thing. They're already staring at me because I'm the only one out here with anything nearly this heavy and big. So, and to be honest, I'm pretty worn out already. So, anyway, if I don't try it while I'm here, I'll regret it. And that's all there is to it. And doggy, get out of there. Thank you. This is really steep and interesting. That could have been bad.
tricky thing is you don't know what's at the top of that on your first time through here, and which is this is my first time through here. Just stay out of that rut. Oh, that shoulder. Steep. Turn. Yeah, that sucked. What a bug. Ah, shit. Ah, save there. Whew, almost went down. And this is the youth trail, because they're going to be on with their little rubbery bodies because they're young, low to the ground because they're on a tiny bike and they're short. So it doesn't translate the same to us old fogies on a Bertha. Real picky on which line you can take there. Real picky. Staying off the front brake, just using the rear. It's deep sand and steep as hell. Yeah. If you could only see how steep that was. Oh, fudge. Yeah. I hope there's no more of that. Yeah, definitely my last ride of the day. ABS kicking in. Easy way, yeah. Danger. Yeah, I'm not taking danger. Oh, great, danger. Trying to stay out of the ruts. Danger! Feel like Will Robinson. Who catches that reference, huh? Danger, Will Robinson. Danger! Ah, God, almost hit that tree. Got target fixated. Well, could have been worse. Could
Could have been worse. Whew. Yeah, I just hit that whole thing there and rest break. Thank goodness for the handguards. I'm smoked, ladies and gentlemen. That's been tough. Glad I did it though. I had some people tell me they wouldn't do it. Well, that automatically meant I had to do it. I know I didn't hit anything hard enough to hurt anything, so. And the plastics aren't. So that's what I came over. I can't tell if somebody's coming up on this trail or if it's another trail. I don't want to be in their way. I don't think that's not going to work. No. I need to figure out that. Let's try that. Just a little help holding it up while I get on. Whew. Hope there's not much more, to be honest. I'm ready to get into my shorts and build the fire and relax. Let it roll back down to this point. Whew, there we go. the hill. Yeah, the downhills are way sketchier than the uphills. On this particular trail. And the sand, well, it's sand. Which way is it? Assuming it's this way. Yep. It was that was a pretty good day, guys. I'm gonna call that it for the riding today. I'm worn out. So yeah. Cow manure on the wind. Tasty. Okay, so last night I camped at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park in my tent. Nice little primitive site. It was nice and chilly, probably 50 degrees. I mean, that's not really chilly, but it was good sleeping weather. You could be in the sleeping bag and snuggled up instead of sweating. This morning I rode to Collettsville. That's where I'm at now, Collettsville, North Carolina. I'm going to pick up Highway 90, and this is just purely based on a suggestion of a friend. Probably ride up the Globe Road, turn left there, and then head toward Mortimer, down toward Wilson's Creek, etc. Oops, I forgot to put my sunshades down. Okay. I had to turn to gravel at some point because I've been to Mortimer and there's no pavement near Mortimer. Okay, so just to reiterate, this entire video's premise is about the Tusk Dsport tires on the Gen 3 KLR 650. This will be my first real stint of gravel. There was a little bit going into Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park, a little bit, but it was not as far as this is going to be as instructional, I think, as this is going to be. Whoop-de-doo's coming up. That's weird. See, that feels just like when the ABS kicked in yesterday on the trails, except I'm not touching any brake pedals or levers. So I'm not sure what's going on there. If anybody else has experienced that, figured that out, let me know. See, second is just too tall and first is too low. Slippery slotty. I gotta get on the right side of the road. I got spoiled at Brushy Mountain because all the trails are one way. See how low it goes when you kick it into second? When you go from a wound out first and then you're bogging as soon as you go to second. So you gotta slip the clutch like crazy in a lot of cases. Frustrating. See, it's just, this is really steep and then washboarded and loose, so I don't necessarily want to hit it with the velocity of second gear. See? Golly. Hate that. That is my biggest pet peeve with this bike. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it's in the design. It's not like you can go buy a new transmission and bolt it up to the engine block like you could on a car. Some enterprising young engineer, if you could come up with a kit where you could have the transmission rebuilt with all new gearing. I mean, you probably still have to be a 5-speed, but at least you could fix that first to second bullshit. As far as this road, I've not been on this part of it. I don't know how far. I don't have my GPS turned on or any kind of mapping to figure out how far it is from here to Mortimer, but I don't think it's that far. Can you imagine living right there? You'd have to do this road every time you needed to go to town. And the town you'd get to an hour later is still so small, it's just got a little mom and pop general store. Corporate America hasn't barged in yet. I mean, I guess that's cool. It is, and I guess it could be frustrating too. You gotta plan your once a month trip to the grocery store. Alright, back to the original. Golly, I can go down a rabbit hole, can I? Back to the original statement. This is about this tire on this bike. And on this gravel, I mean, you're still bobbling, it's still gravel. But nowhere near as much as with the factory tires. I mean, I feel so much more confident. The slides are still there, but they're much shorter and less dramatic. So, I just really wish I could figure out what tarnation that huckabuck bullcrap this thing was doing a little bit ago. Already at Mortimer? It can't be. I just saw the pond. It looked like the pond at Mortimer. Look at this cool house. Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. I mean, it's got a Dish Network dish over there in the corner, but I don't know. What thing? Turn in here. I hope you guys don't have to hold your head crooked to watch the video, because the camera mount is slanted. Anyway, man, it just reminds me of old times when I was a kid. I had a buddy in high school that had a house kind of like that, off by itself. Loved it. All right. Frigid night, my first moto-camping trip. Betsy's Old Country Store. Really cool place, really nice people. highly recommend it. They have a nice shower in the bathroom, not like alright, so Craig Creek Road, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Let's see. This should take me all the way to 181. Not been on this road, the Craig's Creek Road. It's supposed to cut over to Highway 181, which would be where I turned to go home on the asphalt. Be able to tell by the windscreen that we're how the bike's kind of just slippy sliding a little bit. That's not me playing around. That's what the bike's doing. And it's not horrible. Gravel. Let me by. Now they are. Alright.
Well, that stinks. That's not what the map showed. Bueno, but hey, there's some campsites back here. They're pretty cool. Note to self.
My final summary of the Tusk Dsport tires on the KLR 650. Would I buy them? Yes. Will I buy them again? Yes. Are there drawbacks? Yes. I commented on a post on one of the Facebook pages. Somebody was asking about the what would be a great tire for their dual sport, for best on pavement, best on dirt. And the problem is, anytime you try to get something to do two different things, you're never going to get the best of either world. And that's the case in dual sport tires. It just is, or adventure tires. Off-road, these tires were absolutely freaking amazing. Okay, I've been riding off-road with the factory tires, and they've been a huge hindrance in my ability to do what I want. And at no point on my trip this weekend, from pavement to gravel to sand to mud to dirt to rocks, was the tire ever the issue. Okay, the weight of the bike far outweighed that as an issue, but I knew that going in. All of us KLR guys know that going in. It's a choice we've chosen. But as far as the tire goes, off-road, absolutely amazing, especially for the price. I mean, 2 tires for $130. Come on, please. On-road was its greatest weakness on the tire. It wasn't, or let me put it this way, it was a little twitchy. You get into the turns on the twisties and you get a little line in the pavement or a groove or a patch or something, and it would feel a little squishy or wobbly or any of those kind of things. As the tire got broken in, as I got close to about 300 miles on the tires, the rear tire really started singing to me. I mean, this thing was howling like I stuck it in the wrong hole. I promise you, it went from when I first put it on and did my first around town ride, I couldn't hear it at all. But now anything over 30, 35 miles an hour, it's prominent. But I think I'm okay with it based on how damn good this tire is off-road. And I mean, whether it's gravel, mud, sand, whatever, all those things, anything you're gonna run into off-road, this tire had traction. The front never tried to wash out. The rear, I mean, it's going to spin a little bit on some loose gravel, but I mean, it was completely manageable, predictable, and gave me all kinds of confidence. So yeah, definitely the Tusk Dsport works. The price works, the traction works, all of it. So that's my estimation in a nutshell of that tire on this bike. So I hope you grab a set of them for yourself and go out and try to do something that somebody tells you shouldn't be doing with a KLR, because that's what I do. All right, guys, enjoy. I hope you like the video. Subscribe, click a like, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. It's cool getting the comments from you guys. It's nice to have the interaction from the community. I really appreciate it. So not sure what I'm doing next, but I will post it, I promise you. Later, Gators.